Okay, so Pike. Yo, this is a new TV pilot, right? It is directed by Klaus, written by Nick Green and Charles Delaney. The whole thing is produced by Cal Bonner, Tim Bonner, executive produced by Charles Delaney. We have got cinematography from Jonathan Nickel, and our cast. Okay, so playing James is Charles Delaney. We then have got his, I think it's his assistant, Peaches, played by one of his colleagues. Well, staff is Malcolm, played by Elliot Cable. One of his clients, George Lazenberry, right, played by the great George Lazenberry. We have another of his clients, Scarlett Anderson, played by Stephanie Tripp. There's Christos, played by Arthur Selens. He doesn't really have a good cast listing. That is everyone here. Lucia Michaels is also in the pilot. Okay, so the gist. What is it all about, you may ask? Well, a talent agent becomes disillusioned with his vacuous world of celebrity. He decides to embark on a serial killing spree of anyone he deems guilty of having zero talent, starting with his own celebrity client list. Oh, shit. Right? Now, I enjoyed this, right? 15 minutes. But we really do get that sense of disillusion from Charles. Right? We see him at the start looking in the mirror and just realizing how haggard he's looking. You know, the way he's just carrying himself at the start, it's just like, I'm tired of all of this, right? This is just, too much. So we get that, and then, Malcolm, one of his staff, it's one of those ones, right? When you're at work and you're committed to the thing, but then you just see that people around you view it as a joke. They're not taking it seriously. If anything goes wrong, it's like, no one will notice. Oh, it's fine. That kind of act, and that's Malcolm. Because it's like he's taking glee from some shit that you're just like, wait, that's not good. That's not good for you, for the agency, for anything. What are you doing? All right, so we have all of this. But, I had no clue where it was going. So then when we see a thing, it's just like, oh, okay, shit. All right, okay. It did give me kind of vibes of American Psycho. You know what I mean? Because our character, James, he's aware of what he's, looking to do and everything around him. Because we see one, right? It feels like there is a notion to do something, but then an interaction makes him rethink what the plan was. Yeah, and you're just like, okay. But also, in this interaction, it does kind of demonstrate the facade of celebrity, you know, of how some people feel that when they're out, they have to show one thing. But then if you actually sit down with them, you can see a completely different side of things. You know, so I thought that was interesting. There is definitely, I mean, he's got a whole client list, so there's definitely a lot to play with here. But also we have you know, I think parts that are there, right? These little other tidbits of a story that you're just, oh, okay, so what happened here? What's the deeper meaning of this? Is great, right? Because it just adds to the lore. It adds to where we can take things, you know, which is a really good, thing, you know, because it means this isn't just an idea, right? There's a lot of times with, you know, these things with pilots and stuff, it's a solid concept, but then that was it, right? There's no more story. They've given us everything just in that pilot, you know, but it definitely looks there is plenty of meat on the bone here. One thing, right? The assistant says to him, "You look like you know," but he looks like he's ill, right? And she's just like, "Oh, don't take offense, boss, but it looks like you've got a pickle up your ass." And I've never heard that expression, that colloquialism, which is just like, huh, where the fuck is that from? You know what I mean? Where is that from? But also, right, so we have got this, there's this history of Scarlet, but then also Catherine. We have mentions of a girl called Catherine who died somehow. And all of this, it feels like that's an interesting story, right? It feels like, oh, there's something there, because he does make a certain claim, and you're just like, I wonder what happened. You know, we all can also have the thing of what happens with the agency, you know? So there is enough in these 15 minutes that make you want to see more, right? And then also it's just the performances are strong enough for you to be intrigued by these characters. You know what I mean? So yeah, people, definitely let's see where this goes. If you get the opportunity at a festival to check out Pike, I would highly recommend you do that. And, yeah, let's see if we can get a full season, you know, because yeah, we need different ideas out in the world, different types of stories, and you kind of get the vibe that Pike could be that, right? A little cross between things like the bear, the thick of it, you know, and a little bit of oh gosh, what's that show? Something like Teachers, you know, where Andrew Lincoln got his start. But yeah, I hope we get more Pike.